Hello, North Country, and welcome to American Legion Post 1619 Field in West Plattsburgh for Adirondack Slow Pitch Championship Softball. Tonight, Game 3 of the A Finals between Latrimores Insurance and Nadimes. I'm Foxy Gagnon, along with Laura Gagnon on camera, Eric Gagnon on stats. Hoping you'll join us. Game 3, let me tell you, Latrimores undefeated on the season, 28-0 in regular season play, undefeated in postseason play. And they are up 2-0 in this A final series. Best 3 out of 5, so they can clinch it tonight with a victory. They're looking for 2 goals tonight. A completely undefeated season and the A championship. In Game 1, Latrimores victorious as they wrapped out 19 hits and 13 runs. They defeated Nadimes 13-7. Game 2, a real slugfest. Both teams hitting the ball, both teams playing long ball. Neil Stevens, 3 home runs for Latrimores, telling part of the story. Latrimores victorious 18-14 in Game 2. We're set for the first pitch. The big change for Latrimores, Kevin Levine not here. He's their manager and starting pitcher. Bill LeBeau takes over the reins of the team, and coming out of, I guess you could call retirement or semi-retirement, veteran pitcher Kenny Levine takes the mound for Latrimores. He's got a big responsibilities on his shoulders. His record is 0-0 on the season, so it's his first mound appearance on the season. Now, the little interesting touch here is he was the most valuable player of the '97 finals, which Latrimores won, as he would come out of the bullpen in a number of the ball games. He'd come out of the third baseline bullpen and pitch a couple of big innings and shut the opponent down. So Levine takes the mound. Alan Rock stands in for Nadimes. He's 5 for 8 in the series. He has scored 4 runs, and Rock jumps on the first pitch. It's right back to Levine. McCormick at third base gets him. Levine slowed it down. He kind of nudged it over there to Scott McCormick, who's playing third base. He's usually a second baseman, and throwing on the run, McCormick to nab Rock at first base. What a big play to open the ball game. Dave Smith catches tonight for Latrimores. Mark Garand is the batter.
Come on, Mark Garand! Somebody better up there.
Garand did not play in Game 1. He did play in Game 2. Nadimes needing the win to keep this series alive. Around the infield for Latrimores, it's McCormick at third. We've already met him. Steve Perrier at shortstop. That one goes to right field. Frank Buxa says, I've got it. And on the run, he catches that one. 2 outs in the top of the first inning. The second baseman tonight is Jamie Labarge for Latrimores, and Bill LeBeau plays first base. In the outfield, it's Neil Stevens in left, Todd Howard in left center, King in right center, and we just met Buxa in right field. Steve Chris now the batter. Chris is 4 for 7 in the series and has 2 home runs. That is high into the night sky, but just short. And Todd Howard there in front of the Stewart Shop sign for the 3rd out of the inning. And Kenny Levine's first inning of 1998, 3 up and 3 down, almost as if he's been pitching all season. Let me tell you, if he pitches a whole game like that, I'll send him some flowers. After half an inning, the score on the Latrimores Insurance Agency scoreboard, Nadine 0 and Latrimores getting their bats out. Billy Liberty, the home plate umpire for Game 3 of the A Finals. Jimmy Varon down the third baseline and Eddie Liberty down the first baseline. And first pitch to Steve Perrier, a line shot to left center and taken no problem in the outfield for the first out.
Come on, let's go. Come on.
Bill LeBeau to follow, and then Craig King for Latrimores. Randy Ebersol plays third base tonight. Ken Hackett is the catcher once again. Randy Ebersol at third base.
How you start, Mark? How you start? Down.
There's a base hit to right field for LeBeau.
Good job, Billy. Good job, Billy. Come on, kid. Come on, kid.
Bill LeBeau with his 5th hit of the series. He has scored 2 runs. And now Craig King bats. He's 4 for 8 in the series, has 1 home run, and he's scored 3 runs. And that is a shot. That's a moon shot. It'll be foul. And caught by whoever that is out there. I think Bobby McCory told us his name in one of the earlier games, but he's quite a fielder out there in the outfield. He deserves a title much higher than Ballshagger, because I'll tell you, he makes some plays of his own out there. King the batter, 1 on and 1 out. Latrimore's looking for some runs in the bottom of the 1st. Latrimore's has scored 32 runs on 39 hits in 2 ball games. Line shot for the out. We'll figure out. We didn't get the positions of the Nadine's players, but we'll figure out. I can't see out there in the outfield too well anyway, but I know. Let's see. Who do we have at shortstop? Can we figure that one out? Who's been playing shortstop for them? Guerin has. So now Dave Smith at the plate. Great play by the shortstop. Gets a force out at second base. We'll find out when he comes to bat. So Latrimore's not able to score in the 1st inning, and after 1, the score on the Latrimore's Insurance Agency scoreboard: Nadine 0 and Latrimore 0. Brian Kreitzberg leads off. He's playing outfield, and we found out he's the left center fielder. They got some action in the 1st inning for Nadine's. Kreitzberg at the plate, lofts that one to left field. It'll be in the park, and right in his tracks is Neil Stevens with the catch. Kreitzberg's 2 hits in the series are home runs. He's now 2 for 8 in the series. Randy Ebersol at the plate. He's 3 for 3, including a home run, so he did not play in game 1. He's playing, I think it's a bad ankle. Didn't play in game 1. And that might drop in on the run. Great try in right center by King. Play at second base, and Ebersol, showing no signs of a sore ankle, is safe. He's 4 for 4 in the series, and that's the 1st hit of the ball game for Nadine's. In their 2 ball games, Nadine's with a total of 21 runs and 28 hits. And now Scott Lemaire at the plate. He's the shortstop. We found that out. Lemaire, one of the key players of this Nadine's team, but work has taken him out of the area. He's here for the Friday night game. That's a base hit, and it'll score Ebersol. And Jay Drillette now batting. So Lemaire wastes no time contributing to Nadine's. He gives them the 1-0 lead. He's at second base, and Jay Drillette bats. He's 2 for 6 in the series. He scored 1 run. He may be the speediest runner in Adirondack Slow Pitch League.
Hey, let's go, Jay. Come on, Kenny. Come on, Kenny.
Kenny Levine pitches. Hard smash. That'll drop in. That dies in front of the outfields and takes a bounce to the wall. He'll touch them all. They'll never catch him. He's turning the corner. The play at home. Head first slide. Oh, 1 for the highlight tape. Jay Drillette with a 2-run homer inside the park home run. And Nadine's leads 3-0. Now Ken Hackett at the plate. Kenny Hackett is 2 for 6 in the series. So Nadine's jumps out with the lead against the undefeated Latrimore's team. Let me tell you, Latrimore's drew a bye in first round of postseason play. Then they swept Champlain Peterbilt in 3 series. They are now 33-0 on the season. Nadims, with a great season of their own, finished second in regular season play with a 23-5 record.
Come on, Danny.
Hackett at the plate. One out in this second inning, 3 runs in for Nadims. Oh, fouled and just out of play. Laura Gagnon on camera. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Eric Gagnon. Eric with all the stats.
Hit it hard. Come on, 2-1. What? Come on, Dave. Come on, Cat.
Levine pitches. Oh, that's one Hackett can get a hold of. Todd Howard out in left center. Brings it in for the second out.
Whatever you want.
Here we go now. Here we go.
Move it. Move it.
Latrimores tosses it around the horn. That's always fun after a play, and you get to toss it around and a little jump on, you do the old crow step and toss it around the infield around the horn. And now Bouye bats. Oh, and thrown into the crowd. Oh boy, that was right towards our car. Missed our car by a few feet, and Perrier with a big grin about that. That just took off on him, and Bouye is on the error. Bouye now 2 for 7 in the series, but he's a potential run at second base. No chance whatsoever for Bill LeBeau on that one, as that sailed over the crowd and hit some vehicle parked a few feet from ours. Now Alfie Ledoux bats, and Ledoux is 2 for 6 in the series. He's scored 2 runs. Well, these black jerseys of Nadims, they might be the lucky mark tonight, just that they wear those black jerseys, because I'll tell you what, I'll tell you later. Ledoux with the hit, drives in Bouye, and it's 4-0. A big second inning for Nadims. And Ledoux with the RBI single. Saw a black cat this morning. First thing, I drove my car down the street, there was a skinny, scrawny, misshapen black cat prancing across my path. I said, uh-oh, I hope it doesn't mean it's a bad luck day for me. Later in the day, I stabbed myself in the hand with a knife. I was doing some work around the kitchen, missed the mark with one of my slices I went for, and stabbed myself in the hand. It's been a bad luck day for me. But those black jerseys, oh, that might bring Nadims good luck tonight. Something's bound to go right. Yep, there I am, all bandaged up, but it didn't keep me away from Adirondack slow pitch finals. Rock, deep, Howard there, caught. But Nadims with 4 big runs in the top of the second inning after 1.5. The score on the Latrimores Insurance Agency scoreboard, Nadims 4 and Latrimores 0.
Come on, Neil.
Neil Stevens to lead off the bottom of the second inning. What a series he's having. 7 for 8 with 4 home runs. He has scored 7 times. Oh, that's gone. They won't get it. And Stevens starts up tonight right where he ended last night. 3 home runs in game 2, and he puts Latrimores on the scoreboard with a home run blast. Oh my, if they pick a most valuable player of the series, I'll tell you, Neil Stevens is going to get more than a couple votes. You know, they put it in the Press Republican tonight, or today's Press Republican had a slight error. It said 2 home runs in game 2 for Neil Stevens. And I said that to Neil. I said, Neil, didn't you hit 3 last night? He says, yeah, they gypped me a 1. I'll just have to hit 3 home runs tonight. Well, he's off to a start. He's got 1. Now, Jamie Labarge bats. He did not play in game 1. But in game 2, he was 2 for 5. Scored 2 times. Oh, what a play by Guerin on the mound. And the out to Chris at first base. Like a cat on the mound. Let me tell you, Mark Guerin. A black cat. That's right. Wow. Mark Guerin, what a rocket off the bat of Jamie Labarge. Well, Nadine's draws first blood in this one in the second inning. I shouldn't mention blood with my hand injury and everything, but they drew first blood tonight, and Latrimore's has answered back with one. Buxa now bats. Buxa 4 for 7 in the series. Guerin pitches, and then he runs back towards second base. Buxa pulls that one. Might be in play. Bouye! Another great play by Bouye in left field. If they pick a defensive player of the series, you got to consider Bouye. Oh my goodness. Toby Bouye in left field reaches over the fence and takes a foul ball out, turns a foul ball into an out. 2 outs now. And Todd Howard at the plate in the series. Howard is 2 of 7. 2 for 7. He went 0 for 4 in game 1, but he came back with a couple of hits in game 2. Guerin pitches, backs up, pulled by Howard. That sends Bouye to the fence. To the fence. Did he get it? It's gone. Home run, Todd Howard. Howie hits it. Howie hits it. And it's 4-2. Well, Latrimore's certainly with power. They had 10 home runs, a total of 10 home runs in the first 2 ball games. They're up to a dozen in this series. A dozen home runs. Todd Howard gets a hug from his kid as part of the celebration. Now Kenny Levine. Ooh, the outfielders are moving in. I don't understand this. The outfielders are moving way in. Kenny Levine bats. He's a pretty fair country hitter, but this is probably his first at-bat of the season.
Nice pitch, nice pitch.
And he gets a base hit right in front of Jay Drolet. They even thought about Kenny scampered to first base. He wasn't too happy. He had to run so fast. Jay Drolet has a shotgun for an arm in right center. So a pinch runner, Gordy Devins, will run for Kenny Levine. The pitcher Levine will come in and sit down, and Todd Howard, fresh off a left field home run shot, will coach first base. 2 outs, and now Scott McCormick is up. McCormick 0 for 2 in game 1, and he's been sick, but he hits a line shot. Guerin there on the mound for the play. So solo shots by Stevens and Howard provide 2 runs for Latrimore's. After 2, the score on the Latrimore's Insurance Agency scoreboard: Nadine's 4, Latrimore's 2. Mark Guerin bats to open the 3rd inning. Kenny Levine pitches, and Guerin hits a home run all the way to Bill's Mini Mart in Morrisonville. No question about it. Home run. And he's hit many a home run in softball play. Mark Guerin with the power, and Nadine's up 5-2. Top of the 3rd. Mike Gwinnett is the manager of the Nadine's team. We should mention that once or twice. And now Steve Chris at the plate. Chris has 2 home runs in this series. He is 4 for 8. He has scored 4 runs. That one too deep. Levine serving the pitches. Dave Smith the catcher. Chris lays off that one, and it was a strike.
Get it up here.
Levine's next pitch taken 2 deep. 3-1 the count. So he'll have to serve up a pretty juicy one here to Steve Chris. And Chris leaned into it. It's high. It's the deep left center, but Howard has an eyeball on it, and Howard has it. First out of the inning. And now Brian Kreitzberg at the plate. Kreitzberg with 2 home runs in the series. And as we mentioned, he's now 2 for 8. His 2 hits are home runs. Oh, he got all of that one. That's to Howard. Howard up against the fence. And right in front of the Frechette's grocery sign, he hauls it in. So close. So close. If he would have pulled it over by that little Caesar's Pizza sign instead, it would have been a home run.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Come on.
And now Eversole bats. The home run by Garrett and 2 deep flies. Chris and Kreitzberg deep. Fly out deep to Todd Howard. Nadims with 5 runs on 5 hits. Wow. Eversole and Howard with the play. Todd Howard with the sliding catch. Howard gets all the action in the outfield in this inning. Nadim scores 1 time on the leadoff home run by Garrett. As we head to the bottom of the 3rd, the score on the Latrimores Insurance Agency scoreboard is Nadim's 5, Latrimores 2.
Now we go.
Latrimores players come in, they put their gloves right at our feet, kind of like a good luck tribute or something. They put the gloves right up here in the dugout. We got a Mizuno, a Rawlings, a Louisville Slugger, a Wilson, a Mizuno, and a Rawlings. All kind of choices here for gloves. Garrett pitches and Perrier the batter. He's 0 for 1 in the game. And Perrier smashes this one. Bouye on the run. What a catch! Toby Bouye! That ball almost outran him. He leaped and he caught it. Perrier now 4 for 9 in the series. But Bouye with the play, and I'm telling you, it's no coincidence that these teams combined on regular season won 51 ball games. No coincidence, folks. You got some athletes on these teams. Guerin pitches and Bill LeBeau bats. Latrimore's down by 3. LeBeau waits on that one. 2 deep. Craig King in the on-deck circle. LeBeau steps up, smashes it. Kreitzberg off his glove and he hits the wall. Play at second base, throw comes in. Cut off by Lemaire and a double for LeBeau, or it might be called an error. The stat man's thinking about this one. Looked like it kind of snow-coned Kreitzberg's glove, but it was a rocket. It was a rocket. A guy hits a rocket like that, and it scored an error in our TV official scorebook. 5-2 the score. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now keep in mind, Latrimores has not lost through the season, through the 98 season. 28 consecutive wins in regular season, and in postseason play they have won 5 in a row without a defeat. King bats, he pops that one up. That might go out of play, and it does. Oh boy, that really hit the truck. That's Dud Bowes' truck over there, isn't it? Who is over there? Is that who is over there? Is that Dud? No. He's laughing about it, but he hasn't checked his the dent in the side of his truck yet. His friend did. Now his friend's the one that's laughing. Didn't hit my truck.
Hey, we got 1 strike.
0-1 the count to King. Oh, that one is the deep left field, out of sight, but foul. Bouye over in the corner to watch it. So now King has to keep it in play. 2 strikes on him, 0-2 the count, so he has to keep it in play. If he puts the ball out of play, foul, it's an out. He's wearing one of those nice Latrimore softball shirts. Wonder how you get one of those. King, line shot, center field. That might be over the head of Drolet. It is. LeBeau waited to see if it'd be caught. He wishes he'd run now. But LeBeau's at third and King is at second. Let's see how this one's scored. We're going to get in a scoring controversy before this game's over. And this one scored a hit. Well, you'd have to talk to our stat man to get the explanation. But Dave Smith is at the plate. Latrimores hasn't scored yet. They've hit the dickens out of the ball, but they haven't scored. Now batting is Dave Smith.
Nice chuck, babe. Nice chuck.
To Ebersol at third. Held the runner. The throw off the base. Chris made the play with the fancy footwork, and it looked like LeBeau turned his ankle at third base. LeBeau turned his ankle as he tried to get back to the base, apparently, and he's working that one out. Nice play by Ebersol at third base. Nice play defensively by Chris at the first base spot. So now 2 outs, and if they can shut the door right now, that'll be a big plus for Nadine's. 2 runners in... What? What's going on here?
Mark, you got to cover, Mark.
Oh, what's up? Stevens was up and they intentionally walked him. Stevens was up. They put him on first base to face Jamie Labarge. Okay, we solved that one. So that's interesting. They did not want to pitch to Neil Stevens. You can't say as I blame him. So a little strategy here. So Jamie Labarge, 1-1 the count to Labarge. Sacks packed. 2 outs. Big situation here, even though it's the bottom of the third. Could be key. It's short. Second baseman Rock says, I'll take it. And he has it. So the strategy worked for Nadine's in the bottom of the third, and a lot of base runners for Latrimores, but no runs. After 3, the score on the Latrimores Insurance Agency scoreboard, Nadine's 5 and Latrimores 2. The pitch to Lemaire is gone. First pitch of the 4th inning. Welcome back, Scott Lemaire. 2 at-bats, 2 hits, including this one, into the woods. Ooh, Nadine's does not want to go down 3 in a row to Latrimores. It's 6-2. And even though it's early in the game, or middle of the game, Latrimore is kind of looking at their first defeat of the season.
Get up!
Come on, Jay! Hit it hard, Jay! Jay, hit it hard!
Now, Jay Drew at-bats. He has an inside the park home run in his first at-bat. Strike 1 the call. Ken Hackett in the on-deck circle. Base hit up the middle. He's thinking about second base. He's going. Didn't waste any time. How did he get there so fast? Jay Drolet wastes no time. I think if he and I raced, he would be at second base before I got to first. I think so. I'd like to race him. Maybe after the game I can race him. He'll be tired after the game. I'll have a little edge. I'll bet you he can get to second base before I get to first. Now Hackett bats. Perrier at shortstop. Bobbled it. No play. Well, Nadine's making the contact. 1 run in and 2 runners on. Nobody out. Bouye bats. He reached on an error in his first at-bat. Came around to score. Couple of runners on. Nobody out.
Billy LeBeau, get him up.
LeBeau plays first. Labarge plays second. Perrier short and McCormick third.
All right, Kenny, good next. Come on, Kenny. All right, come on, Kenny. This place now. Come on, kid. Set the table.
Take a spot here, Cole.
Counts 3-0, I think. Bouye waits on that one. It goes to 3-1.
Here we go, man.
What you like?
Gotta come to twice now.
There it is, there it
Levine
is.
pitches. 3-2. So Levine coming back to get him. Kenny Levine pitching tonight. Kevin Levine pitched games 1 and 2. Bouye clubs that one to right field. One hopper to Buxa, and he gets it in quickly, but you're not going to stop. Oh, that heads to the dugout. Bouye will take second base and Hackett third. It's 7-2. Nadim's building up the lead.
Come on, Alfie. Nobody home run.
And now it's Alfie Ledoux at the plate.
Come on,
Ledoux with a hit in the second inning. He's 3 for 7 in the series.
Dismiss, Kenny.
Hit it hard. Come on now.
Well, perhaps Scott Lemaire not only adding a little extra punch, but a little extra confidence to Nadim's team. And
Get her behind you here now.
hi, sure. Jana's here tonight. Did we say that? Jana, is that your name? And Ledoux hits one. Oh, he got all of it into that. I think he ate his Wheaties for dinner. A 3-run shot. Alfie Ledoux, he hurries around the bases. Oh, I'd take a slower home run trot than that. And a 3-run shot for Ledoux. 5 runs in the top of the 4th inning. They still didn't get anybody out.
Alan, keep it going. Come on, your turn.
10-2.
Come on now. Keep it.
Nadim's came to play in game 3. And now Rock bats. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game, so no question about it, he'll get a hit here.
Come on, Kenny. Come on, Kenny. Billy got to jack him up, buddy.
He's batting now 500 in the series at a 5 for 10 clip. Ooh, piece of it, and Smith has it. Tough night at the plate thus far for Rock. First 5 batters for Nadim's come around to score in the 4th inning. Now, 1 out. 10-2 the score. Nadim's jumping on Latrimores. Guerin bats. Remember what he did last time. Got under this one. Neil Stevens with a long run, but he has it. So Kenny Levine comes back to get 2 quick outs. And it's now Steve Chris. He's flied to Todd Howard twice in left center.
Start it again for us, Stevie. Come on. Next time. Come on.
And Chris puts some muscle into that. He thinks that has a chance. And Howard right in front of the Nadim sign for the 3rd out. Nadim scores 5 in the 4th. And the score as we head to the bottom of the 4th on the Latrimores Insurance Agency scoreboard, Nadim's 10 and Latrimores 2. And there they are, our fans of the game. Jana, Evan, Deidre, Adam, and Felicia. I think we got them all. They're our fans of the game tonight. Right here at Adirondack Slow Pitch Softball. The A Finals, game 3. And Nadim's with the 8-run advantage. Frank Buxa will try to do something about that in the bottom of the 4th inning. Buxa 0 for 1 in the game. And 4 for 8 in the series. Pulls that one left field. Bouye says it's in the park, and he has it. 1 out. Power has been Latrimore Insurance's ace card in the first 2 ball games, but they have just 2 home runs tonight, and you kind of say just 2 home runs, but those home runs tonight by Stevens and Howard. Now Howard bats. Hard shot. Lemaire at shortstop fires it, and Chris didn't handle it. So Howard will be at first base on the error. Oh, were you really? You're giving him an infield hit?
I thought he beat it out.
He beat it out. Okay, well, I'm not going to argue with the stat man. So Howard owes the stat man a sody pop after the game. And Kenny Levine bats. Levine 0 for 1 in the ball game. Oh, no, I don't want to say that. He's 1 for 1. Remember, he dropped a single in there. Whoops, I'll take that back. Howard at first and Kenny Levine batting. 1 out.
Eat it up here, Alan! Get one! Nice pitch, man, nice pitch.
And a base hit for Kenny Levine. Who is it they used to say this about? Like Matty Alou or somebody that could go all winter, not bat, not even touch a bat, and then start smacking out singles the first day of spring training, just as if he'd been batting all winter. Kenny Levine the same way. In case you were wondering, Kenny Levine is the older brother of Gary Levine and Kevin Levine.
Come on, guys. Touch and go. Nice start.
Scott McCormick now bats. I played one season of football with Kenny Levine. He was a senior when I was a freshman. Whoops. Kind of give away age there a little bit. And McCormick stands in. 2 on and 1 out for Latrimore's Insurance. And you're almost waiting for them to explode. But Nadine's is going to give it their all tonight. Base hit for McCormick. Howard wants to score. He does. He's chugging. Devins, the pinch runner, lands at third. Runners on the corners, and it's 10-3.
He's got third.
1 out, and now Steve Perrier, leadoff hitter, stands in. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. 2 outfield fly balls. McCormick comes out of sick bed tonight and gets a base hit. He spent 2 days under the weather. And Perrier the batter.
Nadine. No way. 1-1. Let's go.
Perrier the batter. Oh, he got under that one.
Halfway.
Rock, the second baseman, claims it. Oh, tag up at home, play at the plate. Devins the head first slide, he's safe. McCormick goes to second. Boy, these guys put their bodies into this play. I don't know if I would have done a head first slide there. Jeez, wow. I might get hurt if I dive like that into home plate. Well, the catch by Rock was the second out of the inning.
That's a sacrifice fly to the second baseman.
It is. That's what it goes as. Sacrifice fly to the second baseman. That means Devins has speed. He has speed. Now LeBeau bats. We're going to put a bleeper in there. Next year we're putting out the bleeper.
Not getting much help from us.
Latrimore's scores 2 in the bottom of the 4th. After 4, the score on the Latrimore's Insurance Agency scoreboard. Nadine's 10 and Latrimore's 4. Kreitzberg with 2 outfield flyouts. He's certainly a power hitter, and this is the same number 23 of the Plattsburgh North Stars, Brian Kreitzberg, wide receiver, one of the top wide receivers in the Empire Football League. A couple of North Star players in the finals, in the B finals. North Star quarterback and tight end Steve Livesey for the Andersons Insurance team. Kreitzberg hits that one. Howard is there. They're getting it up and they're getting it deep, but not deep enough. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Nadine's jumped out to the 4-0 lead. Latrimore's picked up a couple to make it 4-2. Nadine's added 1 in the 3rd to go 5-2. scored 5 in the fourth to take the 10-2 lead. And Latrimore's with a couple in the bottom of the fourth. It's 10-4.
10-4.
We'll check the hits in a moment. Nadine's with 10 runs on 9 hits. And Latrimore's 4 runs on 8 hits. Ebersol homers. Randy Ebersol touches them all. He does the foxtrot around the bases. It's 11-4. Nadine's didn't score in the first inning. They've made up for it since then.
Let's go. Come on, we need more. Scotty, let's go.
That's Ebersol's second home run of the series. And now Scott Lemaire, and he homered in his last at-bat. So tonight it's Nadine's playing long ball. That one, they're going to the right field line, and that's into the darkness down right field. How many home runs tonight for Nadine's, Eric? 5 circuit clouts. Don James coaches at first base for Nadine's. And that Don James name is familiar, of course. He's a CVAC basketball official. He'll be back at it once the snow starts to fall. Lemaire bats. Levine with the leather. Over to LeBeau. I guess once you have those instincts on the mound, you never lose them, even if you are like over 40 years old or so. You just don't lose the... getting a little help from Jason Beebe in the dugout. Wants me to add a few years. But let me tell you, Kenny Levine's still quick on the mound. Now, Drillette bats. He has a couple of ribbies on an inside the park home run, and then he's hit a double. He scored twice. Having a big night tonight. Jay Drillette, the lefty. A run in and 2 out. It's 11-4 Nadine's. Popped up to right field. King is there. Wanders around for a minute. Backs up and catches it. Latrimore's will bat in the bottom of the 5th. The score on the Latrimore's Insurance Agency scoreboard. Nadine's 11 and Latrimore's 4. Liberty, Ed Liberty, and Jimmy Varon, the umpires for tonight's game. It'll be King, it'll be Smith, and it'll be Stevens. King lofts it. Left field. Bouye on the run. Bouye still on the run. And he has it. Now, I'm wondering some things. What is the lowest run total on the season for Latrimore's? They've scored 4 through 4 innings. I wonder what their lowest run total is on the year. Dave Smith bats. This is the 6th straight year that Latrimore's has made the finals, and they've been in the league for 6 years. They won the championship. They're the 93 and 94 champions, the 96 and 97 champions. Smith homers. Dave Smith with the 4-bagger. And that's his 3rd home run of the series. 3 home runs in 3 games. So he gets 1 back. It's 11-5. Dave Smith tries to light a fire under the Latrimore's team.
Come on. This thing is not even done. Focus now. Come on.
1 out in the bottom of the 5th, and now Neil Stevens bats. He has a home run and was intentionally walked. They pitch to him, and that's strike 1. And Stevens watches this one, 1-1 the count. Guerin pitching. This is his first night of pitching in this series. And Stevens sends out one to Morrisonville. Oh my goodness. 3 home runs in game 2 and 2 tonight. Neil Stevens. Oh my goodness. It's 11-6. He had 1 home run in game 1. Had a bad game. 3 in game 2, and now 2 in game 3. And Jamie Labarge bats. 11-6. Don't count Latrimore's out. Labarge deep right field. Drillette on the run. Drillette watches it go over. Jamie Labarge bunks one. Where do they get this power? Oh my goodness. Labarge with a solo shot. 3 straight homers. Smith, Stevens, and Labarge. Smith, Stevens, and Labarge. Back to back to back. And Bucks is capable of doing it.
Base hit. 1 dead, Randy. Come on, Frankie.
My goodness. It's 11-7.
Let's go, guys. Come on now.
Lamare from deep short. Base hit for Buxa. Latrimore's now out hitting Nadimes, even though they do not have the lead in the game. 11-7 the score. 5 home runs tonight for Nadimes and 4 for Latrimore's. 5 for Latrimore's, that's right, I forgot Howard's. Whew! Both teams with 5 home runs. Howard bats. Howard sends a line drive. Bouye back, and has it. Buxa will stay at first. 2 outs now. Oh, this game is going to be a barn burner. This is going to have me screaming by the 7th inning. It's 11-7 right now, I think. Yeah, 11-7. We're perched high above the first base dugout at American Legion Post 1619 field in West Plattsburgh. Adirondack slow pitch softball. Bob McCory, the president of the league, he's here tonight as he is every night through the season. Levine, foul ball. He's aiming for a vehicle out there. Got a hubcap.
We've got 2 strikes. Let it go there. Mark, right? Gotta get now, stay hot.
Levine, is he 2 for 2? No, he's 2 for 3 now. Force out at second base. 3 runs for Latrimore's on solo shots by Smith, Stevens, and Labarge. And after 5, the score on the Latrimore's Insurance Agency scoreboard, Nadimes 11, Latrimore's 7. To open the 6th inning, Ken Hackett, Stevens gives it a try. It's a home run for Hackett. Stevens gave it his all, and it looked like he might have hauled it in. But Ken Hackett opens the top of the 6th inning with a home run. The 6th for Nadimes in the ball game, if I'm right on that one. Nadimes now 12 runs on 11 hits. Half of them, or more than half, are home runs. And Latrimore's 7 runs on 12 hits. 11 home runs in the ball game. Playing a long ball with the big boys tonight. 12-7 lead for Nadimes. And now Bouye bats. 1 for 2 in the ball game with an RBI. He's been on base twice.
Get over, Millie. Come on, Kenny. Come on, Kenny.
Bouye with power. Sends King backing, and it went over the fence for a home run! Off the top of King's glove for a home run for Bouye! Let me tell you, Toby Bouye, I want a bat tonight. This ball's carrying. I want to get up there. Put me in for a pinch hitter. The ball is carrying tonight. Oh, King would want that one back, let me tell you. Everything's happening, and boy, are we glad we were invited here for this series. We got some videotape. We might send some of this to TV, big time TV. Send some of these to ESPN. We're working on an ESPY with some of these plays. My goodness, what else is going to happen? This has been an interesting series. And I'll tell you what, Nadims wants this to go to game 4. Now Ledoux bats. He's having a nice ball game tonight. He's driven in 4 runs. Nothing wrong with his hitting. Good stance. See how straight that bat is? He has a nice stance here. Straight up hitter. Line shot, another hit for Ledoux. He's thinking about 2. Oh, puts the brakes on. Screech! As the ball comes in. 13-7 lead. We're in the top of the 6th, and Nadims with a golden opportunity of knocking off the undefeated Latrimores Insurance team. Laura Gagnon on camera, Eric Gagnon on stats. I'm Foxy Gagnon, Goose Gagnon on assignment tonight.
Watch the line drive, Ledoux.
And Rock bats. He's the leadoff hitter, and he hits a rocket. Buxa hauls it in, gets it in, and Ledoux's at third, and Rock is at first base with his first hit of the night. And now look who's up. Oh my. Guerin doing some landscaping around home plate. He has flied to right, hit a massive home run, and then flied to left.
Help us up here.
Stay on the bag.
2 runs in, nobody out, and 2 runners on for Nadims. They've got the makings of a big inning here. Nadims trying to cook up some more runs. The Cudworths are here tonight. As I look over the crowd, good to see them. They're big sports fans. Oh, Guerin with his big yell. It's gone. Mark Guerin, a 3-run homer. 5 runs in the inning for Nadims. I'm losing track of how many home runs in the ball game, but Nadims piling up the runs tonight against Kenny Levine and the Latrimore Insurance team.
That's the way to go, Mark. Hey, it's your turn now.
He yells when he swings. When he gives it that home run swing, he yells, and I think it gives him that little extra power to get it over that wall.
I do that too when I break a pencil wood.
You do. My goodness, how much more damage can these softballs take? Well, it's now 16-7. 12 home runs in the game, 7 for Nadims, 5 for Latrimores. And now Steve Chris bats. Chris has flied deep to Todd Howard 3 times. Line shot for a base hit. And Nadims continues to do damage. And guess what? Nobody out. Now Brian Kreitzberg. Kreitzberg has flied deep to the outfield 3 times.
Keep it going, buddy. Relax, Brian. Make it simple, Brian. Simplify it. At least 1 out. We're not getting out.
Game 2 was 18-14. I think tonight's ball game is going to outdo that score. We are at 16-7. We're in the top of the 6th. Kreitzberg takes strike 2 there. McCormick plays third, Perrier short. Labard second and LeBeau first, but most of the action has been to the outfield. And Kreitzberg hits it to Neil Stevens.
Come on, back him up!
So Kreitzberg flies to left field. He's having a tough ball game. He's 0 for 4. And now Ebersol bats. Ebersol, we have a 2 for 3 tonight. And 5 for 6 in the series, including 2 home runs. So he's been a tough out.
Get it started again.
Ball 1 inside. Chris is at first base. 2 outs now. Oh, I mean 1 out. I mean 1 out. That one pulled foul. Nice catch in foul territory by the fan.
Come on, buddy. Hey, 3-0. Focus, baby. Focus. Come on.
1-1.
Get your pitch and hit it hard somewhere.
Come on, 2-0.
Come on, buddy. Keep the hot back. Let it come here.
Line shot caught by Perrier. A hard out by Ebersol. Nadine's 4 runs in the second, 1 in the third, 5 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, and 5 thus far in the sixth. In Lemire bats. Pops that one to right field. On the run is King with the catch. But 5 runs for Nadine's. In the top of the 6th, we head to the bottom of the 6th, and Latrimores have a mountain to climb.
Need a bunch. Need a bunch.
The score on the Latrimores Insurance Agency scoreboard: Nadim 16 and Latrimores 7. Well, Latrimores Insurance will go to work. Scott McCormick leads off. Little dribbler, third baseline, foul. It's McCormick, and then the top of the order, Perrier and LeBeau. McCormick 1 for 2 in the ball game, and 1 for 4 overall in the series.
Nice start.
Lemire just out of his reach. Leadoff single by McCormick, the 13th hit of the ball game for Latrimores. Now Perrier. Perrier is 0 for 3. 0 for 3 in the game tonight and 4 for 10 in the series.
Come on, guys.
He got all of that one. Deep. Kreitzberg in left center, hauls it in. McCormick tags up and moves to second base. 1 on and 1 out. McCormick's in scoring position, but Latrimores needs 9. An airplane passes by overhead. What is that all about? And it sounds like a strange engine too, huh? So, no, it's not a helicopter. It's a small airplane passing overhead. It was 63 degrees at game time. I think it's moved down into the high 50s now. We'll call it 59 degrees right now. Chilly. LeBeau bats. 2-0 the count to Bill LeBeau.
There you go, babe. There you go.
3-0 the count to Bill LeBeau with Scott McCormick at second base and 1 out. King on deck, called strike there. Kenny Hackett, the catcher for Nadine's. Bill Liberty, the home plate umpire. Jimmy Varon down the third baseline, and Ed Liberty on the first base side. Line shot, base hit in front of Bouye. He'll get it in quickly. McCormick knew it, and he holds at third. McCormick at third, LeBeau at first. Runners on the corners for the power-hitting Craig King.
Billy, come on. Come on.
King is 1 for 3 in tonight's game, and 5 for 11 with a home run in the series.
Come on, Randy. Come on, Cam. Come on, Cam.
Hard shot over the head of Bouye. Nope. Oh, off his glove. Bouye mishandled that one, and a run scores. Well, that's a surprise. Tell you, Bouye's had plenty of action out there. He's discouraged, I know. He has had plenty of action in these 3 games. And even the major leaguers boot one. So I know we'd like to have that back, but what can you do? Smith stands in, runners on first and second with 1 out. Smith is 1 for 3. His 1 hit, a home run. And Neil Stevens in the on-deck circle. You don't want to walk Smith and load the bases. And that's going to be a base hit. Bouye gets it in quickly. LeBeau at third. King at second. Smith at first. And Neil Stevens bats. No place to put him. Stevens with a home run in the 2nd inning. They walked him intentionally in the 3rd. And then he hit a home run in the 5th inning.
Come on now.
What do you do in this situation? It's 16-7. So you 1 run in, so it's 16-8 now, right? 1 run in. 16-8.
Neil, it doesn't matter where it's pitched to you. Wait for a bad one. Let's go, Randy.
Oh, got only a little piece of that one. Base is loaded. 1 out. This could be a key at bat in the ball game. But even, I mean, let's think of the worst for Nadims. The home run of Grand Slam. You're still up by 4. To shortstop, chance for 2. They hold Stevens to an infield out, a fielder's choice. 1 run scored. Give Stevens an RBI there. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. And it's now 16-9. So they took the speedster Smith off the bases on that play. And it's Stevens at first and King at third as LaBarge bats. Now keep in mind, he had a home run in his last at bat. He's 1 for 3. Called strike 2 there. Buxa in the on-deck circle. Latrimores with 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. And 2 in this 6th inning. Power to right center. Drillette and Ledoux back there, and Ledoux hauls it in for the final out. We head to the 7th. Latrimores Insurance Agency scoreboard. Nadims 16 and Latrimores 9. Jay Drillette bats in the 7th inning. And Nadims will be looking for more. They have 16 runs in the ball game. They scored 14 in game 2. It wasn't enough. They have 16 tonight. Levine pitches and Drillette smashes a single to center field. Todd Howard on 1 hop gets it in. The 17th hit on the night for Nadims.
We all want to hit, Kenny. Come on, buddy. Come on, Kenny.
And now Ken Hackett bats. Hackett with a home run in his last at bat. He's hit the ball hard a couple of times. Uh-oh! Howard back, has it in front of the fence. Drillette tags up and makes it to second base. So he's in scoring position with 1 out. And now Bouye bats, and he had a home run in his last at bat. It initially wasn't out of the park, but it ended up out of the park, and it counted as a home run off the glove of Craig King. Ball 1.
Come on, Kenny.
Alfie, Jay, don't get double off.
Popped up right field, right at King. He was aiming for King again. He thought he could do it a second time. Aimed for King. But it's a fly out to right center and the second out of the inning. Well, Drillette advanced to third. I got a feeling Drillette could advance a base on a little infield popper. Now Ledoux bats. He's having quite a night. 3 for 3, including a home run. Scored 2 times, driven in 4. 0-1 the count. We are North Country Cable Network, happy to be bringing you the Adirondack Slow Pitch Softball Finals. Just off the glove of LaBarge, and another RBI for Ledoux. Big game for him. And it's 17-9. Oh my. Latrimores is in a hole. They have not lost this season. Keep that in mind. 33 consecutive wins. And Rock hits one. It is going. It is going. It is gone. Alan Rock with a home run. The 8th home run of the ball game for Nadine's. Is that a 2-run homer? 19 runs on 19 hits for Nadine's. No, Eric, help my score sheet. 10, 16, 19. Yep, it works out. 19-9. And now, oh my, look who's up now. Garen's at bat. He has 2 home runs tonight. And called strike 1.
Come on, Kenny, come on, babe.
It's going to take quite a comeback to avoid a sweep. Well, I guess I don't mean to avoid a sweep, but it's going to take quite a comeback for Latrimores to prevent, or to, my hand hurts.
One and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Mark Guerin. 4 RBIs in the ball game. Steps up, a 1-hop shot to Perrier. He runs across the diamond, shuffles it to LeBeau for the out. 3 runs for Nadine's in the top of the 7th. And now Latrimores has a big job in front of them. We head to the bottom of the 7th. The score on the Latrimores Insurance Agency scoreboard, Nadine's 19 and Latrimores 9.
Come on, Randy.
Buxa will try to get it going for Latrimores. And Latrimores with a record of 33-0 through the 98 season, facing their first loss of the season, and this has a very good chance of going to Game 4. Big comeback needed by Latrimores in the bottom of the 7th. Steve Chris at first base, Alan Rock at second, Scott Lemaire back in his slot at shortstop, and Randy Eversole at third base. Mark Guerin pitches, Buxa golfs it to left field, and running in from left field is Toby Bouye for the catch. He called off the shortstop Lemaire, 1 out.
Come on, guys, give it up, Howard. Come on, Howie, come on, Howie.
Now Todd Howard. Howard has scored a couple, driven in a run. He is 2 for 3, including a home run. Line shot in front of Bouye. He'll take it on 1 hop. Bouye with, Howard with his third hit of the ball game and the 16th of the ball game for Latrimores. 13 runs in the ball game thus far. 8 for Nadimes and 5 for Latrimores. BB will bat. Jason Beebe comes to the plate, batting for Ken Levine.
Randy, let's go. Come on, Jason.
His first at-bat of the series. Waits on that one, it's ball 1. Todd Howard at first base with 1 out. That one offline, 2-0 the count. Ball 3 inside. 3-0 the count to pinch hitter Jason Beebe. He'll probably be taking this one.
Good job.
And a walk.
Got 2 left. We go a long way. We can go a long way. Oh, yeah.
Infield fly situation in effect with Beebe at first and Howard at second base and 1 out. Scott McCormick bats. Strike 1 there. Gee, Bill Liberty, the home plate umpire, with a little juggling act there with the ball. Hard smash down the right field line. Ledoux in the outfield brings it in quickly and makes Howard put the brakes on. Ooh, a one hopper got a piece of Hackett's chin, but he doesn't care. He just grins about that. Base is loaded. It's Howard at third, Beebe at second, and McCormick at first. And now the top of the order for Latrimores. Good situation mounting here. There is 1 out. Perrier the batter. Perrier 0 for 3 in the game. He does have a sacrifice fly. Left field, Kreitzberg says he has it. Kreitzberg takes it. Another sacrifice fly. But about 10 feet from being a grand slam home run. 1 run in, it's 19-10. And Latrimores Insurance down to their last chance. Bill LeBeau, the batter, he's been the manager tonight for the Latrimores team in the absence of Kevin Levine. He is 2 for 3 in the ballgame. Power to left field. Kreitzberg back. Kreitzberg looks. Kreitzberg has it to end the ball game. And Nadimes knocks off a Latrimores Insurance Agency after 33 consecutive 1998 wins. A big win for Nadimes. It puts them back into the series. Latrimores leads the series 2-1. We'll go to game 4. I want to thank Eric Gagnon for his work on stats and Laura Gagnon, my darling companion, for her work on camera. The final score in game 3. Nadimes, 19 runs on 19 hits, and Latrimores Insurance Agency, 10 runs on 17 hits. Thanks also to Latrimores Insurance Agency for their support of Adirondack slow pitch softball. This is Foxy Gagnon on behalf of everybody at North Country Cable Network saying good night, North Country.